Okay, let's do a Open Championship preview in 3 minutes. Going to go over three things: the course itself, what strokes gained, metrics are going to matter this week, and what players I kind of like. So let's get into it. I'll have a flyover in the background. So we're at Royal Portrush in Northern Ireland, back since 2019 was the last time we played here. A few things on the course. Not your typical links course if you try to compare it to like a St. Andrews, where you could run the ball up 30, 40 yards short of the green. You're not going to be able to do that here. The greens are a little bit more perched up. You're going to have more of a landed on the green type of almost like an American-ish style of golf, where you're just not, because they're more of an upside-down bowl, you're not going to be able to land it way short and roll it up, especially with the rain that's coming. So the greens themselves are a little bit more unique compared to maybe your typical Open Championship venue. I would say the fairways are relatively generous. Obviously, that thick rough over here looks pretty nasty, but the fairways themselves are relatively generous, especially with the rain that's coming. They're going to play a little wider, so accuracy is important, but maybe not the end-all, be-all. There are definitely pot bunkers out there that are nasty, but not as many as like a Carnoustie, maybe not as penal. So I think the real defense is the green. The fact that the greens are small for a links course, they're very undulated, and they are somewhat of a bowl, so they will repel shots away from the green. So it's like one of those courses, like you either have a decent look at birdie or you're going to have a fun time trying to get up and down for par. So that being said, strokes gained off the tee is important. I would say it's not the most important. I think the most important is going to be strokes gained approach. So I think ball strikers, especially with their irons, are going to show up, like Scotty, Fleetwood, John Rahm. Those are the type of players I'm looking at. Strokes gained around the green is also pretty important. We're going to separate the men from the boys this week. And then as far as putting, based on the numbers, people are struggling to putt here in general. So it actually might neutralize some of the guys that haven't been putting as well. That, if no one's putting great, then it's an advantage for the guys that haven't been putting as well. Think of Xander Schauffele. He's really trended the last few weeks. Came in 8th at the Scottish Open last week, off the tee into the green. He was great. His putter's been cold as hell. But if it's hard to put out here, that might be a guy who can just hang around and contend on Sunday. But like I mentioned, Tommy Fleetwood came in second here in 2019. My wife's favorite player. Hopefully he gets it done, but this is a great fit for him. And my sleeper would be Max Greiserman. He is great off the tee and into the greens, and if he has a decent putter, he could make some waves.